So we're moving to something called difference of squares. To factor using the difference of squares, you have to have a specific order, specific numbers, and terms. Okay? A number is a squared number if when square rooted, the result is a whole number. That's all. Okay, look at me please. What's the square root? What would the sign of square root look like? This. Right? So, if you have, let's say, 4, and you do the square root of 4, what are you going to get? 2. If you have a 9, and you do the square root of 9, what are you going to get? 3. If you have 16, and you do the square root of 16, what do you get? 4. If you have 20, and you do the square root of 20, what do you get? 4. Do square root of 20 for me. Do it. 4.4. Okay? Okay. So eye on me for a second. These are called squared numbers. So these are numbers that are squared. This is not a squared number. Okay? Because when I square rooted it, it did not give me a whole. Now, what makes it a squared number? Is because when I do 2 squared, 2 to the power of 2, I'm going to get 4. If I do 3 to the power of 2, I'm going to get 9. 4 to the power of 2, I'm going to get 16. 5 to the power of 2, I'm going to get 25. 6 to the power of 2, I'm going to get 36. 7 to the power of 2 is 49. Okay? So these are your squared number, and that's why you see on the back page of the green sheet. So if you fill that out, you would know what your squared numbers are. You need to know these squared numbers.
So the number is always by itself.
That's right. So all of these numbers, you should be familiar with them. When you see a 36, you should know that this is 6 squared. Okay? When you see 100, you should know it's 10 squared. Okay? So these should be familiar numbers to you, because we're going to need them for the next exercise. Not only the squared numbers that you should be aware of, you should also be aware of the squared variables. In order for a variable to be squared, it has to have an even exponent. Okay? So let's look here. X squared is a squared letter, correct? X4 is also a squared letter. Okay? Because it has an even exponent. X6 is a squared letter. X8 is a squared letter. And you guys get the idea. Okay? So if you see a term with the letter and with an even exponent, you're going to think of it as a squared term. Okay? Now, what happens if I want to square root that? What do I get?
Square root 6?
Square root x to the power of 6.
Is 36 divided by 6?
It's going to be x to the power of 3. Because what you do, you divide your term by 2. You divide your exponent by 2. Okay? So x8, if you do square root of x8, it's going to be
4.
X to the power of 4. Okay? Only the exponent you divide by 2. Okay? The term you have to actually square root it using the factor, the coefficient.
Exponent divided by 2.
Okay? So, to determine the square root of a variable, keep the base and divide the exponent by 2. You'll know why I'm showing you all of this right now. Okay? Because we're gonna in the next step of factoring, we're gonna have to take the square root of the terms. Okay? Alright. Now, Can I have your attention on the board, please? This is a very important terminology in math. It's called the difference of squares. What does the word difference mean? What are you doing to them? Difference. Subtract. Okay? So difference means subtract. Squares means a squared term. So 16, 36, 36x squared, right? A squared term. So the difference of squared terms. So you must have two terms that are squared and there is a minus between them. Otherwise, you cannot use this method. Okay? Are we following? So you must have two terms, not more, just two. Both of them must be squared, and there is a minus in between. If any of these, check marks is not available, is not there, then you can't use this method. Okay? So, check to ensure that differences of square factoring is possible. So you must ensure that both terms are perfect square. Yeah. Is this a perfect square?
Yeah.
Yeah, 9 is a perfect square, it's 3, right? If I do square root of 9, it gives me a 3. And x squared is a perfect square because it has an even exponent. 16 is a perfect square? Yes. What is it? 4 squared. Good. And so that's a check mark. Do I have a subtraction between the two terms?
Yeah.
Check. Then I can use this method. Okay? Here's how you're going to do it. You're going to create two sets of brackets. One has a plus in the middle, and the other has a negative. So you're going to create two sets of brackets, one with a plus and one with a negative. Okay? Then you're going to square root the first term of the polynomial and place 1 in each bracket in the first position. So my first term is 9x squared. If I square root 9x squared, what do I get? 3x. So I'm going to place 3x in the first term, in the first position, 3x in the second position. See that? In the first position, in the second position. So right here I put a 3x, and right here I put a 3x. Are we okay with that so far? Then I'm going to take the second term and do the square root of it. Square root of 16 is? 4. So I'm going to place a 4 in the second position. And these are my factors. Yeah. Can you do me a favor and go to your homework booklet? Go to the even. Even. And look at question B. So 1B. 1B, page 2. So you're going to have to go to this booklet. You have that? Page number 2. Do you guys see it? Can you guys tell me for B, which is x minus 3 times x plus 3, what was your answer for that?
X minus 9.
X squared minus 9. This one. So when you expanded x plus 3 times x minus 3, you get x squared minus 9. Which one? This booklet? Yep. Page number 2. 1B. Okay? So, eyes on the board for a second. Is x squared a squared term?
Yes, it is.
Is 9 a squared term?
Yes,
Is there a minus between them?
Yes, there is.
When you factor them, do you get x plus 3 and x minus 3? When you factor them, do you get x plus square root of times 3
Yes.
and x minus 3? So when you expand,
Oh, this
right, what you did expand, right? And you got this. Now what we're doing this. We're doing the backward of expanding, which is factor. You have got few of them here. Did you guys get the same thing for m? Did you get x squared minus 25? Yes. How did I know that? Because they're the same with a plus and a minus. Okay? You see that? It's x plus 5, x minus 5. So their expanding is going to be x squared minus 25. If I also look at O, it should be 4x squared minus 81. Is that what you guys have?
Oh.
O should be 4x squared minus 81. It's not magic, it's math. Okay, they both start with MA. Okay. Alright, so these are things that you guys have to get to know. You have to get to recognize. Okay? When you see this, you know that it's going to factor a plus and a minus with the same terms inside. Okay? So what I want you to do right now is I want you to try the next, the ABC, and see what you guys can do. Okay?